Say we up. All right then. Well, what up though? It's A&T, aka Ant-Man. It is another episode of the Intelligent N-Word Show, so-called episode number 7. You know what it is. Speak on shit that piques my interest with a little bit of intelligence. Oh man, this is episode 7, and ironically, we're 7-2. You know what I'm about to talk about, man. We 7-2, baby. 7-2. 4-1 on the road. 3-0 against the AFC West. And it don't look like it's about to stop, baby. Yes, nigga, yes. We beat the LA Chargers last night on a 4 o'clock game, which may have been 1 o'clock in LA time, because shit, you know how it is. If you're in LA, you know. And what I tell y'all, man, what I tell y'all last week and a couple of weeks before that, I'll never trust Brandon Staley. Never. Now, before I get in that, definitely got to give hella kudos to the offense, man. Our offensive line did our job. We didn't get sacked. We had every weapon available on our squad. Everybody was ready and willing to go. What? Jared Goff with 333 yards passing, and we got over 200 yards rushing. That's amazing, man. Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, they hit that ground running. David Montgomery, oh my God, that 75-yard rushing touchdown. That was beautiful. They tried to play us, but it wasn't enough evidence to prove that his foot didn't touch the white line, so he had that touchdown. Oh my God, that was amazing. Great block from James Williams once again. It wasn't like the last one, you know, when Amon-Ra St. Brown ran for the touchdown in the Buccaneers game. But a block is a block. You know what I'm saying? What? Brock Wright getting the touchdown. Uh, Everybody was getting touches. You know what I'm saying? Jahmyr Gibbs got some touches. David Montgomery got his touches. Amon-Ra got some touches. Brock Wright, Sam Laporta. We had so many weapons. You know, when you have a healthy offense, that spreads I'm hearing this some other shit too, but you know, it gives you the open option to do what the hell you want to do. You know what I'm saying? It gives you the opportunity to go for it on 4th down, 4 and 5 on 4th down conversions. You know what I'm saying? That was nice. So big ups to the offense because we handled our business. The defense, you know, we gotta get sharp on the defense. You know, I'm not even going front on that, but I do believe, you know, a lot of other people believe too, that the referees is trying to play us, man. The referees trying to play us with these holding calls, and they giving us that because it's the Lions and they don't want to give us our props. But we won without the referees' fucking help. But the defense got to do better on secondary. Got to do better on secondary. See, I can fuck with the defensive line. I can, you know, you got to just see how tough the offensive line is, you know, when we play defense. But, you know, we saw Hutch and other people try to get those sacks, but we couldn't do it. But that secondary has to tighten up. I swear to God, we got to tighten up, man. That shit was pissing me off that we couldn't get these stops on 3rd down, bro. We couldn't get no stops on 3rd down. Oh man, that shit pissed me off too when we was at the goal line for 8 fucking plays and 4th down we couldn't convert. So that was like that kind of took me off. That was the only 4th down that we didn't convert on. But 4 for 5 on the 4th down, big balls Dan Campbell. So big up to big Dan MCDC, you know, for believing in Jared Goff for being able to finish. And that's exactly what he did, definitely in the 4th quarter in the last 3 minutes. Speaking of, that's why I was going back to Brandon Staley. Man, the thing about us, that the one thing that I did like, you know, regardless of the fact that the Chargers scored for every time that they had the ball within the last few possessions, we punched back hard. It took them, like, you know, it took them like, what, 8 plays? It may have took them 8+ plays sometimes to get their touchdowns. While for us, anytime we score with them like 5 plays. Uh, So we punched back quickly. That's the one thing that, you know, that's why I believe that Dan Campbell was like, fuck it, I'm gonna trust my offense to punch back when the Chargers score. every time, and they did. So the one thing about that I'm gonna say is, Brandon Staley, that clock management was horrible, bro. I mean, you have the ball, he had the ball like I think in like at 9 minutes or something. His last offensive possession was when they had like 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and they held on to that shit from like 9 minutes up to like 3:33:40 when they scored and they tied up the game 38-38. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they ran up all they timeouts too. I don't know, but nonetheless though, you give us 3 minutes left at the end of the fourth quarter, knowing that we've been punching back quickly. So all we had to do was clock manage, make sure we had field goal range. Those couple of fourth down conversions was hot. You know what I'm saying? That 4-2 when we converted that shit, I was like, oh my God. But you got to give it up to Big Boss Dan Campbell, man. He knew what he wanted to do. He, like I said, he believed in Goff. So yeah, Goff made the right plays. So big up to Goff and his vision, and also big up to Riley Patterson for hiking that ball up the uprights. I'll get back to that Chargers pack in a minute. Yeah, man. So it feels good to be 4-1 on the road, to be 3-0 against the AFC West, and to be the second seed in the NFC. Number two only to the Philadelphia Eagles, who are 8-1. Oh man. And we the only the only 7-2 team in the NFC. The other only team that's 7-2 is the team that we beat in the first week, the defending champion Kansas City Chiefs, which are doing good since they've been having some swift solutions. You know what I'm saying? I seen that fucking footage. I seen that reel of the concert response and response. This girl is really sounding like she's fucking with Travis for real. Rearranging her lyrics to put him in it. All right then. Y'all realize y'all needed her after we whooped y'all ass. I don't give a fuck. That's my story and I'm sticking with it. So hell yeah, man. Number two in the NFC. We still getting grumblings. They ain't like, they ain't put us on the big forefront since we lost to the Ravens, but it don't matter. The Ravens, they lost last night against the Browns when they should have finished up. But we got two divisional games coming up this week, and they both gonna be at home. One against the Bears, and then Thanksgiving versus the Packers. Expect us to go 9-2. I'm not trying to hype us up like this, but come on, man. Come on, man. We beat the Packers already at Lambeau, and the Bears ain't got much going for them. They got two first round picks that already locked in the bag. You know what I'm saying? It don't even matter for much for them. I ain't saying they tanking, but they'll be real lucky if they beat us next week. But we gotta, once again, I keep saying it, and I'm gonna keep on saying it. We had to establish ourselves, keep putting our foot on the NFL's neck, and definitely keep our foot on the division's neck. In order for us to prove that we are playoff contenders, we got to make sure we stop the NFC North out. We have to make sure we do that. We don't care what type of luck or division rivalry, whatever this is. We have to prove that we can stack up wins, especially when necessary. This is a win that we know we can get. These next 2 weeks are definite wins. We can't lose. Ain't no reason we should lose these next two games. So Bears, Packers, two definite wins. We're going to go 9-2 until we play our next uh, game from the AFC South, which I believe are the Saints. But my 13-4 prediction is looking kind of nice. I saw some dude on Good Morning Football that said they're going to be a 13-14. Come on, man. I know I'm not the only one thinking this, man. This is still not me talking about us going to the Super Bowl. Now, you're gonna have a little couple of podcasts here and there that are, with analysts that are Lions fans, underdog fans like that, and you know, putting up taglines, Lions to the Super Bowl. I told y'all from the first episode, all I want is a playoff win. If we get to the playoffs, I just want to get a ticket to go to a playoff game and just possibly see us win. If they win that this year, to me, that's like winning the Super Bowl. So I ain't worried about Gus going to the Super Bowl. I'm not worried about that. If we get, like I said, you get us to the NFC Championship. Let's look at the other teams that's in the NFC right now. You know, aside from the Eagles, you got the Niners, you got the Cowboys, you got the Seahawks. I've been talked about these squads. Right now, they're doing straight. The Eagles, they number one. The the Niners, I think they just went 6-4. They had a little losing streak because they lost a couple of their players, whether it been Debo or Christian McCaffrey, one or the other. Brock Purdy hasn't been looking so great, but now he got them two back. Even without McCaffrey scoring, they still won because you got your boys back. So Brock Purdy and the Niners, they getting back in their stride. Um, the Cowboys, that was another stomp out body bag they had against the Giants. The Giants is gonna be trash. They tanking to get Caleb Williams. You know, the teams fighting to get Caleb Williams, I would say, are the Bears, the Giants, and the Panthers. Other than that, shit. But man, what was I what was I talking about, bro? What was I just talking about? I'm losing my train of thought, but come on, man. Come on. Come on. This is just, we got this. What more can I say about my Lions, man? We got this. We got to just prove that we are the team that we say we are. That we say we are. We are. They just got to say our defense has got to definitely step it up a notch. We got to get better at that. I haven't talked too big about our defense like this, but Hutch, Kirby Joseph. Shout out to Kirby Joseph for that pick. That was clutch. Definitely in the first half. That was amazing too, man. Superman, that motherfucker. Like you saw that replay. Whew, whew. It's like he had his feet down right at the last second. So our defense just got to do better, especially on secondary. Um, but we got this, man. We got this. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. We can't. We can't fuck up around this time, man. They're saying it's the first time we went 77-2 since 1970. And 8-2 is even gonna be bigger. And that's the thing I like. And the reason I want to say I want us to go 9-2 because it's like this, man. The better our season is, the higher our chances are to even have a certain spot in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? We get 9 and I'm not going for a wild card. I'm not trying to see us in the wild card this spot. I'd rather see somebody like, the Seahawks or or Seahawks versus Cowboys in the wild card. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather see that. I want our record to be so good that we may not be number one to get a bye, but we definitely may be able to get a chance to get home court advantage, man. Imagine, like I just heard somebody else, imagine we get a home court advantage. Imagine we get a home playoff game. A whole game in the Ford Field, man. That's why I said I want to get a ticket to that. Because ain't no way we losing that. The crowd's gonna be too crazy. Like imagine, think about what's going on right now. It's a lot. It's Lions Nation is popping up in all these other like these road games that we've been to. The Chiefs, you heard Lions fans chanting. Uh, the Bucks, the SoFi Stadium, like we like Packers, at Lambeau, we've had fans throughout the country for us. Like you got Lions fans back in like out in different they rooting for the underdog, man, because we got something. So we just gotta prove it, man. We just got to prove it. So yeah, these next 2 weeks, they got to make it look like it ain't shit. It's always any given Sunday, but we got to prove that this ain't nothing to us. The only team I am really worried about in the NFC North at this point right now is the Minnesota Vikings because they didn't found something in Joshua Dobbs. And Justin Jefferson, they if he comes back and they get this little streak going, it's gonna be scary. That's the only team that could be in the race to try to do something, but we don't face them until week 16 and 18. So got to keep an eye out for what the Vikings are trying to do. But nonetheless, congrats, 7-2. I'm not gonna keep repeating this shit. Just go Lions, man. Go Lions, god damn it. How about it, man? We on the hunt. We on the hunt. Uh, I'm still trying to remember what where I lost my train of thought at when it I was talking about something else in between this shit. But I don't know, man. That's it. Just thank you, Brandon Staley, for always being untrustworthy. I can always trust him to not come through in the clutch. Your time management is ass, man. And like I said, that team was great. They have a good team. I like after the first half, I was like, all right, it may turn into a shootout, and it did turn into one. You know what I'm saying? When you got Keenan Allen and Austin Eckler, like when you got your options, you can do some shit. But when they say that Brandon Staley is a defensive coach. I guess he is because he definitely wasn't thinking about the offensive time management. So let me continue smoking this Chargers pack. And now no charges, no. All right, Don. All right, now that's it. So next subject. As you know, this kind of ties in with sports. We're going to go into the next what breaks my buffs segment. And yeah, this was kind of taking me off too. Uh, Now, last night, couple of plays, we got hit with a few penalties. Now, some of them, you know, I can't say I'll say was justified, but other ones, looked stupid. But Cam Sutton had a holding call on, I don't know his dude's first name, but his last name happened to be just like mine. But it was like holding pass interference calls. Now, one of them, like I said, was justified. Can't be pushing dude before he gets to lightweight or whatever. They're going to see that shit. But one of them, like he barely touched my man's, like he's just like, lightweight grabbed his jersey and they threw a flag on that. Um, all these soft ass roughing the passer calls. I don't care who it's on, man. What happened to sacks? You know what I'm saying? And even basketball. The fuck, I can't get too mad, even if it is a Detroit team. My man Giannis, he dunked on Isaiah Stewart and stared him down and gave him the two small poles, and the refs ejected him. Like it was a second tech, so they ejected him off of that. And so you can see what breaks my buffs in this segment. These stupid ass soft Vegas betting ass refs. Like what the hell, man? Y'all don't call fouls when they should be fouls, and the fouls y'all do call be soft as fuck in the NBA. Same thing with personal fouls and pass interference calls and you know holding calls and shit like that in the NFL. Like that shit don't be looking like that all the time. Now some of them do, and then the other ones, like it's be some instances where y'all be missing out on it. And I know it breaks a lot of these, like I know it grinds a lot of these white guys' gears. It scuffs a lot of these dudes' Tims, and it definitely breaks a lot of Detroit niggas' buffs. So I've been saying it a couple times, and like I see comments like whenever a subject like that comes up on Instagram or YouTube, I'll be getting in the comments like, man, one of y'all should just knock one of these referees out, man. Just like, look, some of these players, dog, get 100 million, 200 million, $250 million contracts. And some of them don't be playing, some of them do. But if y'all getting that much money, these little plays like that, you get paid to play hard. Y'all get paid to play and play to win. Y'all don't get paid to get fouled and go to the line all the damn time, man. And I know that be pissing y'all off. I just honestly believe that they should just knock one of these referees out. Seriously. I think it's time for that to be done, man. Like a lot of these referees on the payroll. And I'm not just saying it because I know. I'm saying it because I know. Like, how did you know without knowing? Like, man, look at how they did the Lions. Look at how they did the Lions yesterday. We could have easily lost that game due to those bullshit calls. But we kept our poise for the most part. But it's been like it. They do that with certain teams. They do that in certain situations to keep the status quo going on one level. You know what I'm saying? And then on another level, they do that to also to pay off their own shit. What? Like, it's been happening plenty of times, but now it's just getting to the point where it's fucking ridiculous, man. Like it's just getting too ridiculous. Like the shit, it takes away the competitiveness out of whatever sport, mainly NBA and the NFL. And the reason I'm thinking is really being put in these two sports, you don't get no shit like this in hockey. You don't get no crazy shit like this in baseball. Baseball, you see a lot of bullpen fights. You see a lot of dudes come out the bullpen and ready to scrap managers too. You know what I'm saying? Hockey, you got moments where you fight the other player. You got goons like man. But this is the reason why. Even the niggas that's in baseball ain't niggas. They Latins. So you mainly got white people and Latin people in baseball, and you mainly got like 99.5% white folks in hockey. NBA and the NFL is ran by none but niggas. You know what I'm saying? You got your 25%, 35% white players in here, but come on now. You know the NFL and NBA is dominated by black folks. And black people, we are passionate. We go hard. Pause. But when we play rough. That's how we were taught to play. We were taught to have attitude, talk back, have like a certain swag or style to show off of, or have that extra oomph to what we do. And white America don't like that shit. But so you put that leash on us by softening up these games. But it's like it's like man. So I really feel like it's like you taking away the fun out of this shit. You know what I'm saying? And white America is really contradictory with role modeling, because the role models that y'all put in front of us, they're two-faced as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Say one thing and do the fucked up thing on the backside. When you got straightforward people that tell you who they are, being basically transparent on their character, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, you kind of reject that. especially if there's a flaw to their fucking character. Y'all basically are already painting us bad characters because of what y'all done drew the narrative of as. So we making this money and all this shit, so you soften up the game. Fuck that, man. It's time to knock a referee out. I just think it's that time, man. Let Pat Bev get hit with a tech. That's I'm gonna bring that up there right there. Like that's one player I know that probably wouldn't give a damn to get a fine. At least I don't think so. But that's my point. You know, y'all players get paid hundreds of millions of dollars to play. Y'all get fined with these. Y'all get hit with these techs and keep y'all from playing and get y'all points and shit. Man, knock a referee out. At this point, y'all gonna take me out. Pow! Fuck it. I got millions of dollars here. Here's this $100,000 fine. That's what y'all gonna fine me anyway. And here's another 200. So just in case you fuck up again, I knock your ass out and keep that covered. You know what I'm saying? This is bullshit. It's bullshit, man. It's softening up the game. This been happening for years. And right now, 2023 is getting at its peak. You know what I'm saying? We be thankful when we see a Super Bowl when it ain't no penalties or refs involved. Like, you know, everything was all great up until that last little play in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll be happy as hell if there's a game where there's no fucking uh, fiddletree with the referees and the officials. We just want to see competition, man. Let niggas play. Y'all let these other leagues play and play full on out. You know what I'm saying? We got protective gear. We know what we signed ourselves into. You get hurt, you get hurt. It's part of the game, but my God, come on, man. Don't soften the shit up for us. Like, if, like, you know, we don't want to see blood, but we want to see competition, competitiveness. You know what I'm saying? If a nigga gotta get knocked out, you know what I'm saying? Now, we ain't trying to see, like, you know, concussion shit, things of that nature, we understand. Especially in football. Especially in football. You know what I'm saying? They take that helmet to helmet shit serious now, thanks to Will Smith. Let's just keep it real. But that's real shit though. But at the same time, you know what y'all signed yourselves up into with this shit. Especially, like, come on, man. We all padded up, helmeted up to keep yourself safe. You get hit, it's not targeting. You know what I'm saying? Now some things, like, you know, like that shit that happened with Shador or something. I forgot what player it was in Colorado State, but you know what I'm saying. When you see certain targets, when you see certain games and with players like incidentally target a player's soft spot, and you know that be some fucked up shit. That's just grudge shit. Let's just keep it real with that. But you know what I'm saying? When the spirit of competition, when that shit happens incidentally, you know that's just incidentally. That's not meant to happen that way. So it's just, come on, man. You just gotta let players play. Let the players play, especially the niggas. Let the NFL and NBA be. Let up. Golly, you know what I'm saying? Silver, Goodell, tell referees to, like, come on, man. You gotta do something about that type of shit. You do something about that because it'd be also be instances like I seen, like, what, out of bio, he had a 20 rebound game, supposedly a double double with 20 rebounds, but then they ended up taking one rebound back, so that took away that accolade. Like, what? Or an out of bounds call that wasn't called until the referees noticed it later on and they announced it the next day. Like, okay, now what does that take away the win? What does that do? Wait, why are y'all just doing this now? What is going on? Why are y'all drawing this narrative that, okay, we missing calls and we ain't gonna do nothing about it? That's why I mean you gotta knock a referee out just to, like, sharpen up, nigga. Fuck, fuck what Vegas telling you. Do this shit while watch the fucking game, man. Cause that's what it is. It's Vegas. Vegas was what kept the Pistons getting their back-to-back championship in 2005 versus the Spurs. Let's be honest about that. Vegas is what kept the Lions from beating the Cowboys back in what 2009, 11, when we had Reggie Bush and Calvin Johnson and Matthew Stafford. We played the Cowboys in the wild card divisional, and the referee fucked us over. Vegas did that. You know what I'm saying? So it's time to knock out a nigga just to say fuck Vegas. Cause really, man, that's what it is. These referees be on the payroll to get your favorite players or favorite teams into y'all and into a spot to get to the next round or the next championship game or the Super Bowl, whatever, dog. That's what it is. It's Vegas sporting, it's Vegas sporting books that be getting these referees to fix these games and get these calls and all this, man. You know that's what it is. So to show that the players ain't on the payroll, they get paid by winning. They don't get paid by they get paid by points too, but you know what I'm saying? They fucking up y'all payroll, man, by being on Vegas payroll. So just knock a referee out. Knock a ref out when they throw a flag on you. Knock a ref out when you get a tech that you didn't know that you didn't deserve. Fuck these refs, man. Like, man. Now, unless it's Richard Jefferson or somebody, you know what I'm saying? Because I know Richard Jefferson, he's auditioning. But yeah, man, knock a ref out. Because this is fucking up the game. For real, man. That's what breaks my bus. And I know it breaks a lot of people's bus too. You watch sports and I watch, like, I watch this shit. So I want to see a game, man. I don't want to see no zebras. For real. Now I had like legitimately one more subject left to talk about. And I could add more before I get into it or after I'm done with this subject. So I guess I'll get into it. Like it's not too specific, but it's out here. So seems like the birds and the bees ain't the birds and the bees no more, man. You can't just dress it up like this shit because it's out here. It is out here. It's been out here. Sex sells. But it's at the point where sex ain't even got to get sold no more. It's being given away. And it's consumed so fucking crazily that it's come to the point where that's your natural reaction to shit. You know what I'm saying? Biggest thing right now, wrestling, for example. Really is the hottest commodity in the WWE. And the reason why is because she's hit her mark with this Judgment Day shit, being Dominic Mysterio's manager, aka Mommy. She's like if you don't like, I'm giving y'all just like for those that don't know. If you know, you know. But Rhea is the China to Dominic's Eddie Guerrero. You know what I'm saying? China was Mamacita, then Rhea Ripley is Mommy. China, she was woo. But Rhea, in this case, she's studly knocking out motherfuckers, beating up dudes, but men love it because she has that dominatrix look. And the first thing that people will say when it comes to commenting and seeing her, they like this. It's like just some crazy stuff. She's red. She's can't like she's even like she enables it just to tell people like keep on stay thirsty. But at the same time, she's getting disgusted at this point because she's been in the airport once or twice and heard somebody say some shit and it just gets annoying where it's like it's too serious. And that's just like one example. Uh, and but like one of the case I'm making, I can't remember what it's like. I think it's like some crazy statistic. It might get worse. It might be worse now, but they say like this like I'll say it in this instance, because I may be wrong. But in this sense, like every 6 out of 10, every 6 out of 10 seconds, you think about sex. You know what I'm saying? And that was back in the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? And earlier than that. But now, like if you want to say at that point, like now you can say every 3 out of 5 seconds because I guess, or every 1 out of 2 seconds. Or you're Adidas, man. You're an Adidas person. All day I dream about sex because it's out there and it's getting to the point where it's everybody. You can't go on without not talking about something or talking about or talking about it or wanting to do it to somebody. And hold up. The like when we got to when I was talking about the relationship shit, you know, um, talking about where's the love at, and it's like it's getting to the point where it's not too many couples, male and female anymore. It's now you got a man with another man or a woman with another woman. So the ratio of of intergender dating is getting slim to the point where women are buying more toys and niggas are stealing sex dolls. Now I saw some shit on Twitter. The context of it said readers context. They said no, it wasn't no sex doll. It was in Russia and some dude stole a fucking mannequin. Either way, that's some fucked up shit. Like you can't get a girl that badly that you gotta steal a fucking mannequin or sex doll. Now if mannequin, that's even worse. Cause how you gonna fuck a mannequin? At least a sex dog got a rubber pussy or something, man. like this is what I'm getting at. Is the world that fucking horny to where we can't control ourselves and gotta wild out in public, dude? You know what I'm saying? What is the world coming to like when it comes to sex, man? It's like shit. We gotta express ourselves in this manner to get this type of attention. To I go to a video and if it involves if it involves a baddie in that motherfucker, one of the first things you see under a comment is men of culture or we must stay focused. You know what I'm saying? Like men of culture, what culture? The fucking culture? Like God, what culture is this? What culture are we? We just say I get it, but I don't get it, man. Like we had to expose ourselves. We had to expose ourselves as horn dogs. That's the point. That's the point I'm getting at. Why, and it's not just men too. It's women, but mainly fucking men. We gotta expose ourselves as fucking horn dogs. Why we gotta do that? Why we gotta break out and let a bitch know that we freaky? They don't want to know that shit yet. And even if they tell you they do, they lying. They're trying to expose you to other ones. So nigga, no, man. It's like shoot, can we like hold off, man? Hold the fuck off. Like the riz is maybe what fucking you up or the lack thereof, nigga. And if I'm saying it wrong, it's because I don't give a fuck or know how to get that terminology of riz. To me, riz was game. if that's the if that's the 2000s term of what riz is, then yeah, man, niggas ain't got no fucking game or don't know how to use the shit, man. So you just gotta put it out there. And you're like, damn, I fucked up. Like, yeah, God, no, hey, hold your dick. Excuse me. That was a mini one too. But it's drive all the way. Yeah, you scroll all down your timeline. motherfucker, like how these accounts are getting the the permission to show certain shit. You feel me? If y'all remember the blue waffle shit from back in the day, for those who ever seen it, I feel bad for you because I heard about it back in 2006 and I still ain't typed in and searched for it. Just because I don't want to even have a fathom idea of what the shit is. Like once somebody described it to me and says what it was, like, oh, I'm not like my imagination has a worse outlook on it. Some people might say, fuck it, get a look at, like, just take a look to, just to get that out your head. I'd rather not. I don't, like, nigga, I'm not a fan of horror movies. So I don't watch blood and gory shit. So if it's something involving nasty genitalia, keep me away from it, man. The fuck? I was pissed off when I saw Two Girls, One Cup because I'm like, what the fuck? Who is, like, why, who is into even watching this type of shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck. There's people that have seen that shit more than once for reaction. And I'm not one of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dude, it's like, what are we infested? What has infested into us to get us into being such horn dogs? You know what I'm saying? Like, golly, I love sex. I love women. I love baddies, man. But god damn, I'm not gonna be expressing that shit to the point where I'm viewed as disgusting. And it's getting to that point where a lot of y'all is just disgusting. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like Dave Chappelle. I'll probably be that one motherfucker in the orgy that'll fuck the whole thing just by saying, ew. Cause, Cause it'll be all 7 types of letters in that room, and all of them gonna be weird. I'm gonna be the S one in the room, just don't even have my pants like don't even have my pants off. Just like, nah, I'm straight. But yeah, man, it is a horny dog world, man, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. I remember this movie I saw called Idiocracy, and it was just like this dude that was sitting on a love seat slash sofa slash toilet, but on the TV, like the TV, like the main channel, it was surrounded by smaller screens that had like ads, and half those ads was porn ads. That's like, god damn, it's gonna be like that. It's like, but I won't be surprised with if within the next 20 years, give us 15 years, you're gonna have an OnlyFans TV channel. Maybe sooner than that. I'm telling you, it may be sooner than that. You're gonna have an OnlyFans TV channel, bro. I am telling you. A&T said it. Ant-Man said it on November 13th, 2013. Within 5 to 10 years, at the most 15, within 5 to 10 years, there will be an OnlyFans TV channel. I will put money on it just like I put money on the Lions going 13-4. I'm telling you, man. It's gonna be that crazy because there's so many simps that pay for this type of shit that it's gonna be like, fuck it, we might as well turn it into a conglomerate. You think I'm bullshit, man? Watch, watch. Oh man. So I would hope it will come to an end or come to a cease and desist, but I highly doubt it, man. I highly doubt it. Niggas' dicks is too hard to not to not go on without something in their life to make them bust. Pause, pause, pause. But it had to be said like that. You know what I'm saying? And men rule the world in a way. That men are ruling the world to make women rule the world. So it's gonna make that turnaround. to where this shit is gonna just be a fucking cesspool of sperm. Loose sperm, not even just, now I'm not talking about, just just children running around. I'm just talking about just, it's gonna be wild, man. I remember it was a joke back in the day in like in Comic View where this chick was saying like, man, like y'all, like what the fuck? Why don't y'all dudes that ain't got no woman? Like why the fuck would y'all go to the sperm bank, make money off this shit, man? Y'all just blowing y'all dicks all just wasting it and throwing it away, man. Fuck that. Put some man, make some money out that shit. It's getting to that point, man. It got to that point. It's pitiful. It's crazy. Oh god. Oh. Nah, that was like my main three subjects, but I'm out here, man. It's a good day. Surprisingly, it got up to 60. The sun is going down now, so it's going up to like, down a little bit 50. But you see, I'm out here with no coat on, right? I thought about like I might have had to wear a coat. I did early because it ain't hit 50 yet, but shit, it got to 60 around like 3 o'clock. Now it's about almost 5, I guess. So no, about to finish this off. But I still got a little couple of things to talk about. Think about less than 2 weeks away from Survivor Series, if not a week away, a week from Saturday. Uh, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't care if Roman's going to be there or not. But it looks like we're going to have another 2 sets of War Games matches. We already got one set, the Judgment Day, with JD McDonough, because we don't know if he's permanent or not. What? Finn, Damian, Dom, and JD McDonough versus Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, and motherfucking Cody Rhodes in a 4-on-4 War Games match. Gonna be amazing. I low key think that that goddamn that Drew McIntyre is gonna interfere. He's gonna interfere in that match and give the Judgment Day the W. That's just my low key prediction. But then we got a second one that may be coming up. That's gonna be another 4-on-4 War Games match, because Dakota Kai is not cleared. She's just got that leg brace on to be managing. She ain't cleared to wrestle yet until like next year. But Damage Control has turned into the Asian Connection, nigga. Kairi Sane siding with Io Sky at the end of Crown Jewel wasn't a turn on Bayley, at least for now. It was a reconciliation for Bayley. She's now part of Damage Control, and then Asuka, who turned on Bianca and Charlotte in the 6-man tag match against Damage Control, is now with Damage Control. She joined in with them. So you got the 3 coldest Asian women in wrestling, Asuka, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane, with Bayley and Dakota Kai as part of a 5 women's stable in Damage Control. So we know, like, what you saw Shotzi in there, like Shotzi, she got jumped too with Bianca and Charlotte at the end of the match. So we're pretty sure it's going to be another War Games match. So like I said, you got Asuka, Io, Kairi, and Bayley with versus Bianca, Charlotte, Shotzi Blackheart, and my guess, Jade Cargill. I think it's time. People have been talking about Bianca versus Jade Cargill. They ain't ready yet. It's not happening yet. I said they should team up first before they start fighting each other. Now she hasn't came out and declared, what side she's on. She's been on every TV show, NXT, Raw, and SmackDown. She's like, you know, so she's been teasing us for a minute. She ain't popped up recently, since like after the Fast Lane pay-per-view. So we don't know where she's gonna go. But if this is a way to break out, if you wanna, if this is like, you know, people want to say Becky Lynch, this is all SmackDown. Raw got their shit set. This is SmackDown. I don't think Becky was gonna jump over SmackDown to do something for damage, to do something with Bayley. I don't think so. At least that's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Becky ain't no free agent. Just because she just won the NXT championship and all of that shit, I don't think she's just gonna be jumping up and down everywhere. So I think that just takes her out the picture. Um, Rhea Ripley, that's definitely not happening. She's a heel, number one. And besides, she's about to face or beat, in this sense, Zoe Starks, which I was surprised they let her win in that battle royal for her to go against her Survivor Series. This is going to be probably a good come up for Zoe Starks. I don't think she's going to win the title, but I think they're going to give her a good showing. At least I will hope so. So that's out the picture. So my biggest guess is Jade Cargill. You know what I'm saying? They can't tease her for this long and not, you know, see if she's ready. So and it would this be her tossing her getting into the fire? Of course it would. But you saw what she's been doing. You saw what she could do in AEW. So this would definitely be that litmus test, in a sense, for a debut in Survivor Series. A lot of Survivor Series debuts be turning out hella dope. You know what I'm saying? Think about The Rock. Um, uh, the Undertaker, you know what I'm saying? His debut was at Survivor Series. And his career, we already know. Come on, man. He's finally podcasting now about his career. Um, there's maybe others that I'm forgetting about as far as debuts. Scott Steiner, yeah. Um, but big things happen at Survivor Series. And I think that Jade Cargill, I think this may be her time. I think this may be the time. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Survivor Series War Games is going to be about. And I'm a little bit disappointed, like I said on Twitter, that William Regal couldn't be the one to announce the War Games match on Raw. But somebody tweeted to me that Regal can't be on TV until next year. Even though he's with the WWE, he's not allowed to be on TV yet. So I get it. I'll wait till next year and hope that they'll do it again, because it looks like they're going to keep this as a tradition. And I'm happy as hell for that. You know what I'm saying? Triple H, he's kept this tradition of keeping what he had at NXT as a success. He kept that going on to the main roster. And last year's War Games was a success, so why not keep it going? You know what I'm saying? So War Games, I know it's going to be fire on Raw's end. And the women, yeah, whoever they have as the fourth member on the babyface squad, those three Asian women, both of them, two out of two of them Asian women, out of like two of them, they like, you know, they, you got two high flyers. Io Sky does moonsaults, Kairi Sane does elbows. The women's War Games match might steal the show. Just to keep it real with you, Dominic gonna have to, like, you know, Dominic is gonna have to do something sick. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it's gonna be. Dominic is gonna have to do something sick. He's gonna have to do some type of spot, and that's just me. You know what I'm saying? And that's because I like Dominic as his character. I've been appreciating what he's been doing since he got here. You know what I'm saying? He took a whole different route from his father. His father is the ultimate underdog babyface. His son said, I grew up to characters And I like bad guys. I like bad guys. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up to like I like seeing people get heat. So he's been taking that and been running with it. That Cowardly Hill shit is it's great for him. But he knows also he got to make moments. So I think Dominic has to do a big spot to steal the show, or to try to outdo the women in this War Games match. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure that after she's through with Zoe Starks, Rhea is going to get herself involved in the males War Games match, and uh and like just to keep the Judgment Day from losing, she's going to enforce Dominic to do something sick, do something crazy. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta obey mommy. So so like I said, I'm looking forward to what War Games Survivor Series is going to be about. I'm happy that it's going to be even coming up sooner than what we expected, you know. And unfortunately, this will be, I ain't going to say unfortunately, but yeah, I think this is going to be the last main roster PLE of the year. And if this turns out great, then this is just going to be that further proof that Triple H knows what he can do or knows what he's doing at these pay-per-views. He knows how to uh, draw the people in and keep them interested, regardless of what Roman Reigns is doing or not doing with the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Uh, it's still interesting shit to watch, and you want to look forward to seeing what may or may not happen. And just keep it going, man. Just keep it going. Triple H, he's like, I like just like on an off note, I didn't expect Nick Aldis to even be a. I heard about him probably getting signed to the WWE, but when he did, I was like, oh shit, general manager, that's all right. Bet. And even with him putting that correlation together with both Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce, they both are NWA wrestlers. And the irony I just heard about, SmackDown, not SmackDown, NXT is they got a TV deal with the CW next year, which was supposed to have been given to NWA, but I heard cocaine's a hell of a drug. They did some stupid shit on one of their premium shows, and that was Nick's they deal with the CW. So, but however, that's a big move for the WWE too. You know what I'm saying? For NXT, especially CW, that's the OUPN show, and that's a local television network show. You know, that's not cable. And these last few years, USA, or I ain't going, my bad, Fox, my bad, because SmackDown is on Fox. I'm tripping, my fault. But SmackDown is about to move to Fox, if I'm not mistaken. No, they're about to move to USA because the Fox deal ain't going as well as they thought. So the main two shows are about to be on cable while NXT is going to be on a local TV network. And I can dig that. I like that because that's going to get more people, even though a lot of people got cable, but just for even those that don't have that privilege of having cable, you're going to see the development, so-called development, but that third brand of WWE, upcoming superstars on TV now, and not just like USA straight, but it's USA, but yeah, but it's just a big move, and I'm happy for that. So keep going, WWE. Looking forward to Survivor Series, y'all last pay-per-view, because this is going to be the closer and solidify that we know what the fuck we doing without Vince. So that's it for me. I got to get ready for work because I found out I got to get up at 5 o'clock or be there at 5 o'clock. Hopefully I'll get off early enough to get my hair cut. If not, then oh well, man. But nonetheless, man, I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all week. Stay productive. Keep doing what you do to keep yourself moving. And until then, I'll see y'all next week. I'm out this bitch like newborn puppies. All right?